Welcome everybody to the Vova Cooks Sunday live stream. So today we are going to make Financier. These are small cookies, actually small cakes in the shape of cookies. It's very popular in France. It's similar like a madeleines. Madeleines, it's actually the cakes but in the small shape like a cookies. But the Financier based on an almond flour. So today we are going to make 3 different flavors of the Financier, and also we're going to make the Crème Anglaise or custard, just to dip Financier in the custard, and it's gonna be delicious. So we're going to make classic one with almond and orange. I have an Orange Confit, orange peels. Second one we're going to make with the pistachio paste, and last one but not least we're going to make with the peanut butter. So 3 different flavors. We're going to make in this little beauty mold. It's a little bit smaller than classic Financier, but it's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be more delicate and beautiful. So we're going to make we're going to start with the Financier. Actually, when you make the Financier, you have to better if you chill your butter in the fridge for 30 minutes, for 1 hour, or overnight, even better. But for the live stream, we don't have this opportunity. So, and we're going to make the butter. We're going to chill it in the fridge like for 10-15 minutes while we're making Crème Anglaise. So for the Financier, we need a few ingredients. If you wanted to cook with me, you can go to the kitchen and start to making the beautiful Financier with me. You can pick up what you have. Actually, you can, if you have a almond flour, so you can make a Financier. If you don't have any different flavors, you can make the classic one. Even if you don't have the orange zest or orange peels, that's gonna be okay. So for the Financier, we need a few ingredients. We need the egg whites, 160 grams. We need 70 grams of powdered sugar. We need 60 grams of almond flour. We need 50 grams of all-purpose flour. Also, we need 50 grams of honey, and we need brown butter. So I prepared brown butter before, so just to a little bit cool down. You can see it's deep brown color with a deep nutty flavor. So I prepared a little bit before because it takes time to cool down. So basically how to make the brown butter. Just take 1 stick of butter, it's 110 grams, and put in a low heat and cook it about maybe 10 minutes. If you have a kitchen thermometer, even better. Check temperature. It should be 150-160 Celsius or 320 Fahrenheit. So that's a medium temperature for the brown butter. Then pass through the sieve just to remove the brown flakes or dark flakes that burn from milk butter protein, and you will get the beautiful brown butter, exactly 80 grams. This is what we need today. So that's a few ingredients. If you have some of them, okay, you can cook with me. If you have any questions, any suggestions, anything, so please leave a comment in the chat. And when I have a time, when I put the Financier in the oven, I will have a time, I will check the chat and we will have the conversation. I'll answer any questions you have. So we have a good maybe 15-20 minutes for the conversation. So, but now let's start. First we need add honey in the brown butter because we need just a little bit dissolve the honey. So 50 grams of honey. Brown butter should be about 45-50 Celsius. It should probably about 120 Fahrenheit. because when you will add the brown butter to the butter, you don't have to cook something, so you should be the room temperature, a little bit more than room temperature, because if it's cooled down too much it will thick and it not help us to incorporate the butter in the mixer. So I have over here honey. I have a little bit less, so let me add a little bit more powdered sugar. So let me check the temperature. It's about 40 Celsius, 105 Fahrenheit, yeah. You can a little bit heat. So I'm going to add a little bit more powdered sugar, just to keep the same sweetness level. So we're going to start with the egg whites. We need to mix it a little bit whip, but like 30 seconds. You don't have to whip to the soft peaks. Some recipes added a little bit baking powder, but you don't have to add baking powder. Just whip a little bit whites. It will incorporate air in the Financier. We're going to add powdered sugar. Highly recommend you to pass through the sieve, because powdered sugar usually make it clumps. So Financier usually classic one, it's almond and brown butter. You can actually add the almond extract, but it's not necessary because you have to keep the flavor from the brown butter. But you can find many different flavors because it's very versatile recipe. You can add even some berries. You can add raspberry. You can make with the different nuts. You can make pecan Financier. You can make hazelnut Financier. So just substitute the almond flour with the hazelnut flour or pecan flour and add some to get even more flavor. Add a little bit nut paste. So mix everything, and then we're going to add flour and almond flour, and last one we're going to add the brown butter. almond flour. And all-purpose flour. Mix everything well so you don't have to get any lumps. Don't worry if you have something when you just combine egg whites and powdered sugar. When you add the almond flour and flour, it will dissolve and you'll have pretty nice smooth butter. So now we're going to add our brown butter. The brown butter have a deep nutty flavor. This is what we're going to taste in the final financier. It's actually a good technique to substitute soft butter or melted butter with the brown butter to increase the flavor. It could be substituted in any loaf cake. When you have like a rich flavor. If you have something delicate, so no, you don't have to, because the brown butter have a rich, very rich flavor. So also we're going to add vanilla paste, because vanilla paste work very good with the orange, with the pistachio, with the peanut butter. So it's a little bit, about 1 tablespoon. To give us nice flavor in the background. Let me show the texture. See, it's a little liquid. When you chill down in the fridge, it will thicken and it will easy to pipe the dough to the mold. And also it'll increase the flavor. So when you make it at home, you have a time, I highly recommend you to make it in the evening and put in the fridge for the overnight. So now we're going to divide our dough in the 3 parts, and we will add in any parts different flavor. See, I have a morning in my area, so cup of tea is always good. So the first part is going to be classic one, but flavored with the orange zest or orange confit. I have orange peels. Actually, it's more like an orange confit because it's not dry. It's very soft. It's easy to make. at home. I usually make it at home. Just to divide the orange in 8 pieces, remove center, put in the saucepan, cover with the cold water, bring to a boil, pass through the sieve, rinse and make it twice more. Then just combine water and sugar, the equal parts of the weight. Add everything to the saucepan, bring to very low simmering and simmer about 2 hours. Then turn off the heat and cool down completely. Transfer to a plastic container or glass jar, keep in the fridge up to 1 month. It will give you very nice flavor and better and deeper flavor than the orange zest. So I like to use orange confit instead of orange zest, and it's always in the fridge wherever you wanted to make something. So almost the same. We need it. So the first one we're going to make with the pistachio. We need to add about 160 grams of the Financier butter here, and we need to add about 15 grams of the pistachio butter. So at 10%, it's gonna be enough. Peanut butter, we have a little bit less, about 130 grams, so we need about the same 10%, about 13 grams of the peanut butter. It's gonna be enough to get this rich peanut butter flavor, because peanut butter very rich, and you need just a little bit to have this like a delicate flavor. And the last one, orange confit. Or if you don't have the orange confit, you can add orange zest, so it's okay. The same, about 10% from the weight of the butter. So just dice in very small cubes. So the flavor from the orange confit, it's very good. So we're going to add the last one, and we're going to mix everything together. And we're going to put it in the fridge and chill about 15 minutes. Just to make it right. So, first one, peanut butter. Look at this beautiful texture. Orange peels. And pistachio. Good flavor. So guys, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Just to leave your message, your question in the chat, and I will check later. Now we're going to cover it. We're going to cover it with the plastic wrap in contact, in touch, to prevent the drying on the top. So guys, if you like to watch some cooking videos on YouTube, please subscribe now if you haven't subscribed. I have different recipes on my channel. I have many recipes with the desserts, cookies, tarts. It's more like a French desserts, some of them Italian. Also I have videos about street food, or international classic, Italian classic. So subscribe now if you haven't, and I'm going to make even more different and interesting video in the future. And last one, peanut butter. So the butter already cold, and it's good. It will cool down even more in the fridge faster. And also we have a very small amount. So put in the fridge and we keep going. So the next step is going to be the Crème Anglaise or the custard tea. So we need a few ingredients, a few basic ingredients, and we're going to make it. So we need the milk and cream. The crème anglaise, you can make the crème anglaise only with the milk. So, but if you wanted to make it more rich and more thick, more like a sauce for the dessert, I recommend you to combine 50/50 ratio of milk and heavy cream. So we have a 200 grams of milk, 200 grams of heavy cream. Also, we have 100 grams of egg yolks. We need 80 grams of sugar. We need vanilla paste for the flavor. And that's it. just 4 ingredients. And we need a kitchen thermometer just to keep an eye about the temperature, because we're not going to burn it or to cook the eggs. We need to bring it up to 85 Celsius or 190 Fahrenheit. It's a max temperature. So milk and cream goes to the saucepan, and we're going to bring it to a simmering. Also, we can divide the sugar half to the cream and milk, half to the egg yolks. Also, we're going to add vanilla paste, or 1 tablespoon. I have these baking trays to cool down the crème anglaise faster, because I wanted to serve the crème anglaise cold with the Financier. You can serve it hot, actually warm, or cold. It depends of the recipe, depends of the desserts. But in this case, I wanna to have the warm Financier and a cold crème anglaise. When it's cold, it will more thicken like a sauce. So guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. Hi. Yes, hi guys. Are you French? No, I'm not a French, but I love the French desserts. So guys, have you cooked before Financier? Please let me know in the comments if you have, if you had. Please let me know which one you cooked and what is your favorite flavor. If you're not, just also tell me, have you ever tried the Financier? Maybe you bought it in the bakery, the store. It's not very popular in the United States actually. The Madeline's much popular. You can find in every grocery store or bakeries. So, we need some kitchen towels to make it easy. So milk is almost hot. So turn off the heat. We're not going to boil the milk and cream because it can change the texture. We don't want it to do that, and we're going to it little by little to the egg yolks and sugar. So little by little, when we're making the pastry cream, we also add the flour and corn flour or potatoes, cornstarch or potato starch. It will give more thicken. But when you cook the crème anglaise, we don't have the starch in our cream. So to make sure, and this is. And in this case, it will heat more faster. So make sure you don't cook the eggs, because this cream more delicate, and you have to keep an eye on temperature. If you don't have kitchen thermometer, it's okay. But if you love to cook, if you like to make desserts, so the kitchen thermometer is the must. You have the same at the scale. So then turn on the heat in the medium and mix all the time. So, and we'll also prepare our trays. Just when it's bring to the temperature, we immediately have to transfer it to a bowl, or in my case, trays, to stop cooking, because this pan is thick and it's keep temperature. So I love the color of the crème anglaise or custard. It's yellow, rich. So when I worked in the restaurant many years ago, so I remember we made the apple strudel and the custard, and we serve the warm apple strudel and cold custard to the customers. So it's take a little bit time, but make sure you don't have the high temperature, because you see the texture, it's liquid, and then in just a few seconds it becomes too thick. So let's check the temperature. Now it's about 70. So you actually can control the thickness of the custard. If you have more eggs, you'll get more thickened crème anglaise, and also if you cool down, it will thicken even more, a little bit more. This is why I love to serve it when it's cooled down completely. I love the texture. It's like a sauce. It's now 78 Celsius or 170 Fahrenheit. So just mix on the bottom, make sure it's nothing stick and nothing burn. So we brought it to the temperature. Look at this beautiful cream. So you can check the texture and thickness just using the spatula. So transfer to a bowl or trays to cool down. If in the case if you brought in the high temperature like a 90 Celsius or 200 Fahrenheit, you will cook the egg yolks and you will see the flakes of the eggs in the cream. Don't panic. You can take a blender and blend it until smooth or pass through the sieve, so and use it. So we're going to cool down a little bit, then we're going to cover the plastic wrap and place it to a fridge. So now we're going to turn on the oven in the 200 Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Let me check. Okay. See the color, and probably you will see the vanilla seeds in the cream. It's very smooth texture, you see, it's no any flakes, it's not overcooked. Smells incredible. So I just move a little bit to cool down it faster. So guys, if you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. So tell me where you're watching me from, And what time you have right now? So we just wait a little bit to cool it down before putting in the fridge, and also we have to wait while our oven preheated. And then we're going to pipe and bake our Financier. So I'm going to use these silicone molds, but for just in case we can brush the melted butter. So let's melt a little bit of butter in the microwave. We need pastry bags for the Financier to pop it easy. So I have a small ones, just need a wire a little bit bigger. So I have a small ones and I have a large one. I don't have something in the middle. So actually, check the size. This is 12-inch pastry bags, but that one it's 21, so I need to buy something in the middle, maybe 16 inches. So prepare the pastry bags. Oh, it's cooled down. It's almost at room temperature already. So we're going to cover in the touch with the plastic wrap to make sure the surface will not have the will not be dry actually. It's ready. So oven is ready and we're almost ready to bake our financier. So first one and then second one. In the fridge. One, two, and we have at least 30 minutes when we're going to cook our financier. You see, it's already not too liquidy. It's became more thickened, even for like 20 minutes in the fridge. It will help us to pipe the financier and the mold. So we need to get large, very large baking sheet. You have a smaller, it's good, but it's full size. I have also half size, but half size it's a little bit smaller. Let me check again. Okay, let's keep this one. So let's brush it with the melted butter, just in case. So I have 15 the one mold and 15 covers in the mold, and I will tell you the size right now. So actually this mold for Savoiardi, this is small cookies, like so another name it's ladyfingers, that's used for the tiramisu. But it's very similar like you're going to use for the financier. The financier usually makes a little bit wider. It's more rectangular shape, wider, but maybe a little bit deeper. But some people makes it too deep and too thick. The financier shouldn't be thick; it should be very shallow. So the size of this individual mold about almost the 3/4. No, it's not a 3 actually. It's 2.2 centimeters or 80% of the 1 inch. So, and 4 inches long, it's 10 centimeters, and in about maybe 1/3 of the inch, about 8 millimeters. So let's transfer butter to the pastry bags. So the pistachio goes in. Second one is orange. And last but not least, peanut butter. See how thick right now the texture? So you have a small amount of the dough, but actually it's about 500 grams. Just 1.1 pound. Depends on the size of your mold. You can make about 20 financiers in this amount. On my case, I will have a more. Let's start with the pistachio. So maybe this way gonna be easier. So we're going to fill it about 80%. The second one is orange, classic with the orange confit. It's still a little bit liquid. Even better if you chill in the fridge a little bit more time. So I hope you see what I'm doing right now. And last one, peanut butter. So about the peanut butter, you can use the creamy peanut butter, you can use the crunch. I have a crunchy one. It's even better in my opinion because you will have a little bit pieces, the peanuts in the Financier. So it's ready to bake. Look at this. It's ready to bake. So a little bit here, a little bit more. So we're going to place it, to put it in the oven, 400 degrees Celsius, or just a second. So we're going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius, about 8 to 12 minutes. It depends on the size of the mold. Sometimes you need it like a 15 or even 20 minutes. So it depends on the size of each madeleines. And we'll keep an eye on it. So I wanted to keep it in the fridge anyway while we are making. While we are baking. So guys, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and the chat. So have you ever made the Financier, or are you going to make the Financier based on my recipes? Let me know in the comments. So Financier, I make the recipe based on the book. It's called Patisserie, from Ferrandi school. Let me show you. This is very nice book. It's French Patisserie, Ferrandi Paris. Ferrandi, it's very good academy, pastry academy in the Paris, probably. Yeah, I think so. They have many different recipes. It's like a basic recipes. So if you love to cook, if you like to bake, if you like to make desserts, if you wanted to learn something new, or if you actually wanted to learn some basic ones, like how to make a custard, how to make a cream, how to make a sponge, how to make the cake loaves correctly, how to make a croissant dough, how to make not sourdough, how to make the bread dough, or even how to make the maybe tarts, shortbread dough. So that's the base recipes and classic one in these books. So about the Financier, this is the Financier recipe. We make it today based on this book. I have a few decent books, few nice books. How to make a sponge cake, how to make pastry cream. I already said how to make the cream diplomat, how to make a buttercream, how to make a shibust cream, so how to make a muslin cream, and plus some advanced recipes from the very well-known pastry chefs from French. How to make choux pastry, how to make eclairs, how to make choux desserts or chouquettes. So actually, how to make chouquettes, in my previous live stream, we made chouquettes with we made the choux dough, and we make the diplomat cream with the 3 different flavors. It was the classic one with the vanilla. Another one, it was a peanut butter, and it was a orange confit. So you can check my previous live stream. So if you love to make some choux desserts, chouquettes, make sure you check it out. And croissant dough, classic croissant, raisin swirls, how to make a brioche dough. So that's very, very, very good book. Look at this, beautiful. So it's called Ferrandi. I'm not promoting this book, just to give you my knowledge, what I actually know. So because I love to share my skills, my knowledge with you, this is why I'm doing live streams and another cooking videos. So let me check. It's already past about 6 minutes. So far so good. And we have a little more time. So sometimes in the live stream I make desserts. Sometimes I'm going to make something different, not only desserts. So Laura asked me, which recipe are you making? We are making the Financier with the 3 different flavors. Classic with the orange, pistachio and peanut butter. If you know what is it, Financier, this is small cookies, actually small cakes like cookies. It's shape of cookies, but actually it's similar like a madeleines. So the first part already in the oven. We also made the custard or crème anglaise. It is in the fridge, just cooling down. It will be like a dipping sauce. So this live stream I'm going to keep on my channel. So anyway, if you wanted to cook it later, just make sure to subscribe to the channel, and you will also just watch this YouTube stream later, anytime you have a time. So any questions, guys? Please let me know. 7 minutes, let's add a little bit more. So far so good. We need the rack to the cool down of Financier. Let me clean it up a little bit. So I'm going to rotate the baking sheet in the oven for just in case. So that everything cook evenly, because I have a basic one oven in apartment. I don't have the fan. If you have a fan, it's even better, but make sure you just a little bit down temperature, because if you have a fan, it's usually about 20 degrees Celsius should be less, or 4 Fahrenheit. So we have right now 400 Fahrenheit. If you have a fan, just put 360, or 200 Celsius if you have a fan, 180 Celsius. So we don't going to overcook the Financier, because it should be soft inside like a cake. We don't going to dry it out, but at the same time we need to get a little bit crust on the sides and on the bottom. So we'll check it. Almost done. Let me check Crème Anglaise. It's already cooled down. It's not the same temperature at the fridge, but pretty close. It became thickened. Let me check. I think we need a little bit more time. So if you're going to make the Financier, you can buy the special mold for the Financier, you can buy the silicone mold, you can buy the metal mold, and the time of the cooking a little bit different, because the metal mold will heat faster and keep temperature longer and make different crust. But make sure you adjust the time of the cooking. But also, if you don't have and you don't want to buy, but you have the Madeleine molds, you can use the Madeleine molds to make a Financier, because it's a little bit the same size actually, and the same amount of the Financier. Also, you have small cupcake pans, very small. So you also can use it, because the Financier have different. You can use this the butter for the different molds and different shapes. That's the beauty of cooking actually. So maybe you can make your own Financier, your own shape of the Financier, and it's become a favorite, famous or well known. It's almost done. I'm going to check it, because I wanted to get the crust on the sides and on the bottom as well. Almost done, almost done. So guys, any questions, please let me know in the comments. If you wanted to know something about the Financier or about some desserts, let me know. This is why we are making the live stream, because on the live stream I just love to have a conversation, and I love to answer the questions you have on live. Also, I love to cook it, and you will see how it's going on. Because when you make a short videos or the pre-recorded videos, you can cut it and just keep the nice shots. But when we do the live stream, so I don't have any opportunity. So everything goes on the live stream. You will see actually. So that's the beauty of the live stream. You see everything what's going on, even if we have some mistakes or something like goes wrong. So we just decided, and we will can find the way how to catch it. So usually I do live stream every Sunday. In the future I'm going to make the live stream probably in the Saturday morning in the Pacific time. So let me check. I think it's a good time. It's 9 o'clock in the morning in the Pacific. If you watch me from the East Coast, it's probably 12 o'clock in Sunday or Saturday. It's a good time to cook something good. So, but now let's check Financier. Look at this beautiful. Look at this beautiful. even Financiers. It didn't pop up too much because we didn't add any baking powder or soda. We just a little bit whipped the egg whites, but it's good. For this texture we have to keep it a little bit different. We're not going to incorporate too many air in the cookies. See the crust? I hope you see it's a little bit of brown color. So we're going to cool it down just a little bit, and we're going to remove it from the mold, and we're going to pipe another one and bake it again. So it took us about 14-15 minutes. Anyway, because we also have the custard and Crème Anglaise in the fridge, that's good. More time, it became more thickened and more flavorful. Let me check. It's still hot, so it's like a flexible a little bit. That's how I see it. It's actually cake in shape of cookie. So we have the lot of almond flour, so it's changed the texture. It is pistachios. This one, the classic with the orange. And the peanut butter. It's very flavorful. So, and also while we're going to bake another part, we give the time to cool down a little bit. So let me clean the mold. And I'm going to brush with the melted butter and pipe and bake it the second part. Melted butter, just a little bit. So pistachio goes first. It's about 80%. of the mold we're going to fill it. Next one, classic with the orange confit. And last one, peanut butter. So we have a space for another one. Let's put the orange. So now we're going to put it in the oven again, 400 Fahrenheit or 200 Celsius. For now it's going to be about 14 minutes, and we're going to rotate the tray after 10 minutes. Let's set the timer. So guys, if you have any questions, any comments, please leave it in the chat. Laura, they look good, thank you. And it's gonna be taste good as well. So it's a little bit cool it down. So let's see. This is the orange one. Classic with the orange confit. You see the texture? So good. I have the nice crust outside and very soft inside, soft texture inside. Orange flavor, almond flavor, and brown butter flavor. If you wanted to get richer almond flavor, you can actually add the almond extract, but in the French they don't add any extract because they wanted to keep the flavor from the very little flavor of the almond and the flavor of the brown butter. Next one, let's try the pistachio. Very delicate pistachio flavor. Again, nice crust and soft sponge inside. So good. Actually, I love the shape. The small one with lady fingers. And let's try the peanut butter. Peanut butter. We have a strong peanut flavor. We add the same amount of pistachio butter and the peanut butter, but because the peanut butter more rich and we have a more flavor of the peanut butter. Good, nice, very good. So they like a hit you. It's the same like a delicate flavor of the peanuts because we add a little bit. You can add even more, but make sure to maybe adjust a little bit brown butter because the any nut butter have a very high fat content. So good. And we're going to try it with the Crème Anglaise. So let me check the Crème Anglaise. Yeah, it's cold already. So we're going to add a little bit more time while we're baking the second part. So they're almost done. We can transfer to this one part of the Crème Anglaise. And taste it. Look at this beautiful Crème Anglaise or custard. The texture, it's very smooth, it's a little bit thickened in the fridge. Let it try. Wow, so good. Rich vanilla flavor. Ooh, very yummy. The custard very good for the different desserts. You can serve it with some chocolate fondant, apple strudel, or any type of strudel, and any different desserts. So it's very good. So let it try. Which one are we going to pick up the first? This classic one. So why I prepared the custard actually, because I wanted to show you another dessert, another technique, how to make this nice beautiful cream. And when you're making the financier, you usually use only the egg whites, and you have already egg yolks, and you can use the egg yolks for any different recipes. You can just use it for the savory recipes to make an omelet or something like that, but maybe you wanted to prepare it for the some occasion, so some event. It's very good to have something like this cream, because you already have the amount of the egg yolks you need for the crème anglaise. So it's very good pair, because you use the egg whites on the financier and you use egg yolks on the crème anglaise. So today I used 5 eggs. It's exactly this amount what I needed for the financier for this recipe, and the exact amount what I need for the this recipe for the crème anglaise. So 160 grams of the egg whites, and it was about 95 grams of the egg yolks, just 5 eggs. So let it try, just to dip it, just coat this financier crème anglaise. Wow, it's sweet because crème anglaise sweet, financier sweet, but it's very good. It's more, give it like a creamiest texture. So good. Let me rotate the tray in the oven. And at about another 4 or 5 minutes. So guys, let me know in the comments, have you ever made before financier, or have you ever made before the crème anglaise or custard? Let me know in the comments. So guys, the amount of the ingredients and the full recipe going to be in the description in this live stream. So anytime you wanted to make it again, just to check the recipes in the description. If you wanted to know exactly again the amount of the ingredients for the financier, it's going to be 160 grams of egg whites, 110 grams of butter that you're going to churn into brown butter. It's going to be 80 grams of the brown butter, 50 grams of honey, 70 grams of powdered sugar, 60 grams of almond flour, 50 grams of flour, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla paste. For different flavor, just add about 15 grams of the pistachio paste for the third, or if you wanted to make the full amount of the just one flavor, add about 10%. So it's going to be about 45 to 50 grams of the any nut paste, or add any different flavor. For the crème anglaise, I use 200 grams of milk, 200 grams of cream, 80 grams of sugar, 96 grams of egg yolks, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla paste. So I have the notes with me. So guys, it's almost ready. We're going to, in just 1 or 2 minutes, just remove the second tray from the oven. And so you can make it just something sweet to tea or coffee, or you make it for different events. It looks nice, it tastes nice, it's all natural ingredients and very balanced flavors. You can pick up different flavors. It's easy to make the different flavors. When you make this, just divide the dough in different parts and in different flavors. So it's very versatile. You don't have to mix it again and again. You can even make it the hazelnut, pecan, or even you can add different berries, like many do classic one with the raspberry. Just put a few raspberries when you bake it, but this is a little bit small one to add raspberries. If you have a different, the mold a little bit bigger for the classic mold for Financier, so you can add like a 1 or 2 raspberries. You can make the classic with the raspberries. You can actually make the pistachio with the raspberries. It's always pair very good pistachio and raspberry flavor. Let me check. It's almost done. So we actually can wait the one Financier. What's the weight? I think the almond a little bit less weight, and the peanut butter going to be a little bit heavier. So 10 grams. Okay, so 10, yeah, the same amount. 10 grams, 13 grams, 11 grams, 12 grams. So it's going to be about 12 grams for pistachio, and peanut butter 11, 10, 11, 11. Ooh. So because the nut butter, nut paste make a little bit heavier, so it's about 10 to 12 grams of each. Today we make 30 of them. So the classic one usually make a little bit bigger, maybe 20-25 grams. So look at this, beautiful, just right out of the oven. Pistachio, yes, classic one, and peanut butter. Classic, actually classic, but we added the orange confit. Look at this, beautiful. Usually just leave it about a few minutes, just a little bit cool down, and then remove it from the pan and cool it in the rack. You can sprinkle with a crushed pistachios, or you can just sprinkle with the almond flakes on the top. It's up to you. Look at this, beautiful. It's a little bit flexible, but maybe we need it just to cool down a little bit. So the pistachio. Orange. And peanut butter. And Crème Anglaise. So guys, that's it for today. So we almost 2 hours on live. So look at this, beautiful. I don't want it to lose it. So look at this. It's very nice. It's very flavorful. Cookies, actually cakes like cookies. So guys, if you wanted to make this recipe, just make sure you subscribe to this channel. I will leave I'll leave this recipe in the description below with the ingredients, grams, on the steps. Also you can watch this live stream anytime, because I'm going to keep this live stream in my channel. I also have different videos, different recipes in my channel. So make sure you subscribe if you wanted to see different recipes like street food, Italian classics, and different desserts. And thanks for watching. Enjoy the channel for more, and I'll catch you in the next one.